Hi, boys and girls. Happy Friday. So today, you're going to need this, the My Big World that says Arctic Giants. You don't need it right now, but later on, you could do the back with Mom and Dad, okay? And you can look at it through it yourself and your family. Okay, so we're going to talk about animals that live in the Arctic. We've been talking about them the past 2 weeks, like penguins, polar bears, the snowy owls, the snow hares. That's another word for rabbits, right? So we're going to talk more today about these Arctic animals that live in the Arctic. They don't really live around here. Maybe you've seen them at the zoo, because the zoo can make things feel like the Arctic for those animals, but we don't really have polar bears living in Olean, or penguins, although I kind of wish we do. Wouldn't it be cute to see little penguins going down icebergs on the river? But it doesn't get that cold or stay cold that long here. All right, so first there's a little video to watch. A walk in the Arctic. Can you see it? Look at the polar bear and look at all the ice and the snow around them.
It is one of the coldest places on Earth. Snow and ice are everywhere. Let's take a walk through the Arctic and see what wintry wonders we find. You'll need your snowshoes to explore the Arctic. Most of the land is snowy and freezing. Look around. Do you see any trees? This part of the Arctic is called the tundra. Here, it is too cold for trees to grow.
Oh,
now
beautiful.
we see the icy Arctic Ocean. Huge mountains of ice, called icebergs, float in the water. Believe it or not, some special animals live in this freezing place.
Pause this for a minute.
And we can find them if...
Look at, so this is the beluga whale. Can you see this one? It's kind of even hard to see because he's so white. It's the harp seal. He's white just like the snow. The polar bear and the Arctic fox. Look at, they're white. Why do you think they might be white? I think so their predators can't get them, right? The things that want to capture a harp seal to eat might have a hard time seeing him because he's the same color as the snow. Let's keep watching.
Look closer. In chilly Arctic waters, we find a white whale. It's called a beluga whale, and it swims under the ice. When it needs to come up for air, it can break the ice with its head. Harp seals swim in cold Arctic waters too. Luckily, both seals and whales have a thick layer of fat called blubber that keeps them warm. This baby seal builds up its fat by drinking its mother's rich milk. Here come Arctic foxes.
Oh, they're so cute. Can you see them?
They don't seem to mind the cold. They have thick fur coats. They even have fur on the bottoms of their feet and in between their toes. Now we see a snowy owl. This graceful bird is a great hunter because of its amazing hearing. It can hear a little mouse moving under a pile of snow. You might not notice this Arctic hare at first. The hare's white fur is camouflage. Camouflage is a pattern or color that helps an animal blend in with its surroundings. And it's a good thing that the Arctic hare can hide. The clever Arctic wolf is trying to hunt it. However, the Arctic wolf's fur is camouflaged too. It can hide in the white snow and sneak up on the hare. But the ruler of the Arctic is this great white bear. Do you know its name?
Who's that?
It's a polar bear, the largest kind of bear on Earth. And we better stay out of its way. Now our walk through the Arctic is ending. So take off your snowshoes and take one last look at this magical frozen land and the awesome animals that live here.
Alrighty. Let's take a look. Here it comes. So did you hear her say the polar bear is the largest bear on Earth? They're huge. Do another word for big or huge? Right? Like enormous, giant, gigantic. Those are all words that mean big. So it says Arctic giants. And one of them is the polar bear. Here's the walrus with his long tusks. And this is a musk ox. We haven't even talked about those. He looks pretty interesting, doesn't he? A little mean though, too, doesn't he? It says, welcome to the Arctic. It has ice and snow and some enormous animals. Enormous, huge, just like giant, the word giant. Let's take a look. Can you see? Good, look at his huge paws. Look at that. It's like he's going like this to this camera. You see his huge paws? Look at that. Polar bears are enormous. They walk on the snow with their huge paws. And remember the other day that when we were talking about polar bears, they have special padding so that their hands or their paws don't get too cold when they're walking on the ice, and they're rubbery so they don't slip on the ice, just like your boots, right? They've got special paws to keep them warm and so they can walk easily on the ice. This says walruses are enormous. They pull themselves along the ice with their long tusks. Wow! So they kind of like put their tusks down and then pull themselves forward and put the tusks down and pull themselves forward. That's crazy. I wonder if those are really heavy. I bet they are. Those are pretty neat. This says, the musk oxen are enormous. Their long fur keeps them warm in the snow and ice. Can you see? Look how hairy they are. They have lots of long hair. That would be really important to keep them warm in the snow and ice. What do we wear to keep ourselves warm in the snow and ice? Right? Your winter coat, snow pants, hat, gloves, boots. They don't have those things, so they have them on their bodies. Long hair, long thick hair to keep them warm. This says orcas are enormous. They catch prey in the icy water with their big teeth. So they swim through the water and catch the fish they want to eat with their long teeth, their big teeth. So these things are all enormous, right? The polar bear, the walrus, the ox, the orca, they're huge, enormous animals. And then there's these little tiny ones down at the bottom. This is called an ermine. It says ermine are little. Look at, he's white. He like blends in with the snow. Arctic hares are little. He blends in with the snow too, right? He's camouflaged. Arctic foxes are little. He's camouflaged too, right? Probably because these big animals want to eat these little ones. Snowy owls are little. We've talked about those, right? What's some other words that mean small? Tiny, itty bitty, small, teensy weensy, right? Little. Those are all words that mean the same as little. All right, let's look on the back page. It says a habitat is a place where an animal lives. The Arctic is a cold, snowy habitat. Help the mama polar bear go through the habitat to her cub. Let's see. So here's the mama and here's the cub. And she's got to walk through her habitat and find her way to the polar bear, the baby polar bear. Let's see. So she starts here. Ooh, she goes to see the ox. Her baby's not there. There's the Arctic fox. And then she comes down. Here's the seal. And the snowy owl. What about down here? There's the walrus, but no baby cub. She's gonna go back by the snowy owl. Hi, orca. Not there. And then down to the baby polar bear cub. Good job. It says, how many animals does the polar bear pass along the way? Let's see. She passed the hare, and the oxen, and the fox, and the seals, and the walrus, and the owl, and the whale. Let's count them. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, the mama polar bear passed 7 Arctic animals on her way to find her baby cub. Listen, friends, you could do this page with your mom and dad. You could share, your My Big World with them. Maybe you could share it with a big brother or big sister and tell them what you've learned. Or a little brother, little sister too. They'd be interested. I hope you have a great day, friends. And I can't wait to see you next week. Yay! Bye, guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.